Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Juan Rivera, one of our Antonelli baseball coaches and the organizational pitching coach, he put this video up of Tatis, and man, has he been... So he's been all over the news lately. First, he's exploded. I mean, we all knew he had superhuman talent, and so far he's been able to stay healthy. His numbers are ridiculous, leading the league in home runs. Then he hits 3-0 grand slams, ignores take signs, apparently. I could care less. Gets yelled at for unwritten rules and breaking them. So all kinds of crazy stuff going on with Tatis. But I want to look at his swing right here because it's a really cool view. And a couple things I want to talk about. I just want to hit real quick on some of the key things that we look at. And again, we've made other videos on this. But I love to see guys that are successful, major league guys, using these things, right? We call these core principles of the swing. And the reason I call them core principles is because when I watch all the elite hitters, all the best hitters, I see all of them doing these things, right? They might do tons of other things differently, like stylistically, every hitter's different. But when you think about core principles, things that all elite hitters do, these are some of the things that I notice when I'm watching those players. And here is an elite hitter. And so if you watch him get ready to hit here, what do you notice when he gets ready to hit? First thing you'll notice, and I know it's a little bit hard to see because the catcher's head's in the way, but just look at his hips, right? Look at this move right here. You can see, if you just look at this belt, right? Look at his belt right here, okay? It goes from pointing this way to pointing this way, right? So we go from here, that way, to then here. So what's happening there? His hips are closing, right? So he's coiling his hips. And the key, again, that we talk about is this back pocket right here. I've got to take this back pocket, and I've got to get that pocket turned towards the pitcher. Right? There's the move right there. Take my back pocket towards the pitcher. My hips go from open to closed. Right? My belt buckle goes from pointing this way to now pointing this way. Right? So when I take my back pocket and turn it, my hips close like this. And then this back leg back here, which you can't really see, that leg gets loaded back. And so I'm getting into the ground. I'm getting around that back leg. I'm getting my lower body ready to hit. Okay? So that's the first key. And again, we've talked a lot about that in other videos. And if you haven't seen it, just go and check out our hitting playlist and go to whether it's lower body load or coiling the hips or whatever. I've got a bunch of videos on all that stuff. Go check it out. But that's the first thing. Second thing is notice the upper body. What happens with the upper body when the upper body gets ready to hit? Right? So you see him starting to pull back here. So rear elbow, some of the keys, rear elbow, getting behind his right hand for a right-handed hitter, right? His arms working back behind them towards the dugout, or you can say, if you draw his spine here, back towards his spine. You should feel this. You should feel it back there in your back. You should feel your back engaged when you do that, right? Now, some people say get the knob to the catcher's feet. Knob will typically get somewhere towards the catcher. Not on every hitter, but typically it will if you get into this rear elbow behind rear hand position. And again, you should feel it. You should feel it in your back. Just running right up that rear side of your back. Right? Boom. So now I'm here. I'm in good posture. Right? My hips are back. Butt behind your heels, that gets your chest over. If you watch him again, watch him in his stance. He's really vertical, right? Watch him in his stance. Look at his spine. It's really up and down. It's not the greatest. Really up and down, very vertical. Watch as he starts to get coiled and starts to pull back. Now all of a sudden his spine is more like this. His butt's back behind his heels. He's in position to launch. Right? Now from this position, all of a sudden his leg starts to turn. Notice his upper body, right? He's not pulling hard or rotating hard with his upper body. Yeah, he's not just pulling off to the left. right? If you pull hard with your upper body, if your leg turns and your shoulders just rotate hard, you go off the ball. Your barrel will go like this across the zone. It'll follow your barrel. It'll follow your body. And you'll hook balls, and you'll get around balls, and you'll get jammed, and you'll have slow bat speed. You'll have a long bat, right? You won't be from the inside. You won't be short and quick. You won't have good direction. Your barrel's not going to stay through the hitting zone. And so you can't drive balls as well as you want. You won't have any authority to the opposite field. You probably won't even be able to hit the ball to the opposite field. Your plate coverage will be really affected by this. You'll only really be able to hit the ball in, and you'll probably foul him off anyway. You'll probably pull him foul. So watch his upper body. What's it do? Right? It doesn't pull hard. Instead of east-west, it's more north-south with his upper body, right? So he tilts back. And if you watch his knob of the bat, it's starting to turn up so his barrel can get behind the ball. All right, so my barrel is going to work back this way, and then it's going to work back and down, and then it's going to turn up into the ball. So I'm not just throwing my hands out to the ball. I'm not just throwing my knob down at the ball, because my barrel is going to follow my knob. If I go down like this, well, then my barrel is going to come down like that, and I'm not going to get the barrel turned behind the ball. Right here, where's his knob facing? See how his knob is turning up? Then the barrel can come right behind it. But I'm from the inside. Look at how my barrel's coming just off my shoulder. And now from here, I can let the barrel out away if the ball's away. I can let the barrel middle. I can let the barrel... I'm already in, so I can just pull the ball if it's in. But again, look at how he's over the plate, right? His rear shoulder worked under his left. If you look at the Tatis, see how it's not like this, right? I see so many guys, they pull hard with their left shoulder, their right shoulder stays up. Barrel fights over the top, it kind of gets outside and around. But that's the position you should be in right there. Now I'm able to work through the zone. Awesome. I know I went through quick right there, but I wanted to show Tatis doing a lot of the things that we talked about with our hitters. If you want to go get more detail on a lot of these things, just go to our hitting playlist on YouTube. I've made tons of videos breaking down every single thing that we just talked about in much more detail. So go check that out. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Thanks to our patrons on Patreon for supporting the channel, and we will talk to you later.